Hi, so I want to make a combat robot. If you don't know what a combat robot is, it looks something like this. Now, these are very expensive, and I don't know how to make one, so before I build that, I should probably build something like this. Now, this is definitely cheaper, but turns out I still don't know how to do it, so even before that, I should build something like this. And this is essentially just a RC car, a homemade RC car. So the first step is to figure out what kind of components I'm going to need. I think I'll need some motors, I'll need wheels, I'll need a body to hold everything, I'll need some speed controllers, I'll need a controller for those speed controllers, and I'll need wires, I'll need a battery, and maybe other things? To confirm this list, I'm going to ask the internet. Okay, so the internet says I forgot a receiver and a switch, like an on-off switch. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with this list. So the next step is to pick out the specific components that I'm going to want to use. And I think it's a good idea to pick out parts which can work both for this kind of RC car thing and also the first combat robot version. That way I don't have to buy parts twice. So I'm going to go ahead and pick those out. Okay, so these are the parts that I've picked out, and while picking out parts, I learned a couple things. So your battery produces about 11 volts, but these motors can't operate at over 10 volts, and the receiver only wants about 5 volts. So in order to power them properly, you need to drop down the battery voltage. And the way you do this is with a part called a BEC. It's essentially just a voltage regulator. These can either be their own separate components, or in my case, the speed controllers that I've chosen have BECs built into them. So how this works is you send power through the switch, then you give power to both speed controllers. The speed controllers will drop the voltage down to 5 volts, and you use that to power your receiver. Then the receivers can send information to the speed controllers so that they can give the desired amount of power to the motors. As for the rest of the parts, like the wheels and the body, I will be designing and 3D printing those myself, and that will be done in the next video.